Leeds at Ipswich, not helped.
It didn't start off badly. I mean, I've never been to Ipswich and dominated a game so long. We dominated it for 30 minutes. We must have had about 6 or 7 chances.
That didn't help you, did it?
And then the sending off, it's just not like Tom, really.
What's he doing now?
Well, he's just had a
I think the ball was bouncing on you, wasn't it? The ball was bouncing.
Yeah, but he's nowhere near the ball. I mean, we all said red straight away as soon as he did it. And it didn't help us then. Because, like I say, I've never dominated a game as much as that. I think we had 19 shots. Even with 10 men, we dominated large parts of it. But it's all about taking your chances. 2 of our best chances, one were cleared off their line with Michael Brown, the other hit Luke Varney on the back. And that's when you talk about a little bit of luck, going for you. We'd have nothing in front of goal yesterday, no way, any luck at all.
Where does this leave your season?
Well, it's not far from over, isn't it? You mathematically we talk about that, but I think we all knew we needed to win most of our games in the run-up. We've got a game tomorrow, a tough game tomorrow against Derby, but it'll be a good turnout tomorrow. I think that the fans who came down to Ipswich, irrespective of people like yourselves who just saw the result and think what a bashing we took. The players were fantastic yesterday, and that sounds silly when you've lost 3-0. But the football we played and the commitment that they put in to score, 19 efforts on goal with 10 men, it took some doing that yesterday, so I can't fault any of them.
Well, you know what I thought when I saw that result? You're right, I didn't see all the game. I saw that result and I thought, will I be seeing Neil on Sunday?
Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, that's the same, isn't it? Every manager's under the same sort of pressure. And in my situation as well, everyone knows that I've said if I'm not going to get promotion, that I won't be here next season. I think that was only fair.
Now till the end of the season.
Well, I think that's really up to I think I speak to the new owners quite a lot, and we talk about the situation. They've got to be looking around. I'm not daft. I know they've put a few names, what they're thinking about doing, but. It's difficult because in their situation they've got to get the right man, I think, and some of the right men might not be in a job at the moment. So if you change it just for the sake of changing it, if you're going to put, they put Neil Redfern in charge last time, didn't they, as a caretaker, and Gwyn Williams with him. So whether you do something like that, if that's the case, or I don't think anybody could get any more out of the players that are there at the moment. So I think they've got to, the main thing is to make sure they get the right one, because we've done so much in the club over the last 12 months. The foundation's there now, the group of players, we've all needed, everybody in the club knows that we've needed 2 or 3 players, but they're going to cost a bit of money.
A word on that, how much influence have you had in terms of transfer dealings? Have you had any say in player sales, and have you been able to bring in the players that you wanted to bring in this year?
Well, I think when the new owners, we were all glad to get new. They dragged on a long time, and GFH came in, and we got on really well. But what they want to do is they don't want to rush into anything. They wanted to come and have a look at what we've got. It's all right, me, because it didn't happen middle of December sort of thing, and. I was hoping we could come and do this, that and the other straight away, but I can understand their point of view. They're coming in.
Did they make you any promises when you came in about players?
Well, I thought we've always been looking for a couple of players with pace, up front, and we managed to get Jerome Thomas, and they were very instrumental in that. We got him just before Christmas when they came in, and we set off on probably our best run of the season then. But when he went back, Jerome Thomas, unfortunately, we haven't been able to bring anybody in permanently. Although we did try.
Have they not got any money? Have they got cash?
Well, I think you've seen this week that they've sold 10% of the club, and I think they'll be looking to do some more of that to get the investment that's needed, because they are aware that we need 2 or 3 players, and they've got to generate the cash for that, and I think that will happen with the next manager, unfortunately for me. But it's something that they are aware of the needs for these players, and they will support the next manager, I'm sure.
You're not going to be the Leeds United manager for much longer. You've said that. Will this now be your last job in management?
Well, you never say never, do you? I think I think there's a role somewhere between the manager and the directors. A lot of directors and even GFH don't really know a lot about football, if I'm honest. So if you look at the gap between the board and the manager, there's a gap there. So I wouldn't mind sort of involving myself in something like that.
He said he was retiring when I was at Sheffield United. I know. He said when I was at Sheffield United with him, he said I'm retiring after this season. He'll be back in the job. Don't worry about that.
Perhaps upstairs, we'll see. Interesting stuff anyway. Still to come.